House Bill 2095, which got signed by the governor today, and a lot of groups were worried about, it is, I'll pull up the language here. So this is adding an amendment to the racketeering laws to add. So the section that it's under, it says racketeering activity means engaging in, attempting to engage in, conspiring to engage in, or soliciting, coercing, or intimidating other persons to engage in any conduct which is chargeable or indictable as constituting a felony violation of one or more of the following provisions of the Oklahoma statutes, regardless of whether such act is in fact charged or indicted. So kidnapping, sex offenses, homicide, bodily harm, theft, forgery, robbery, burglary. So this is like going after organized crime. So it's like if you are creating a gambling ring, if you're getting people together to bribe someone, if you're, interfering with a public officer, if you're blah, 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 blah. Well, they add relating to unlawful assemblies pursuant to the provisions of section blah, 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 blah. So basically anything that gets declared a riot, which I think as we've pointed out in the past, it is pretty darn easy to declare something a riot. In fact, let me see if I can pull up the definition of a riot here real quick. Yeah. Any use of force or violence or threat to use force or violence if accompanied by immediate power of execution by three or more persons acting together unlawfully or without the authority of law. So it's a real simple. I mean, where it can get abused is any threat to use force or violence if accompanied by immediate power of execution. So, it's very subjective. The thought crime kind of, but three or more people. So it's like three or more people, I don't know, with torches and pitchforks shouting could be considered a riot. Pretty easy to declare something a riot. So now any group, so say you're organizing a protest and, I don't know, 3 Proud Boys show up and start throwing, bottles or something. I mean, that's how easy it can be to declare it a riot. And then your group now is potentially able to be targeted with a lawsuit. So this is real bad. It's a bad deal. I mean, you're going to have to find a prosecutor again willing to try to make this work, but against a group they really hate, I don't know, maybe they would. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm a little skeptical that this will get used widely, but it's just chilling speech. It's just telling groups hey, if you think folks could get rowdy at all, you better watch out. It's also funny, thinking back to the teacher walkout, because, teachers were shouting, teachers were chanting, teachers were blocking, and that bill died, the one that policed activities at the Capitol. But it's I could see a world where somebody could declare aspects of that a riot. Of course, it was mostly white folks and a lot of women, so they didn't declare it a riot. But, there's a world that they could. So yeah, it's just the way these laws would get used discriminatorily and who they're going to target it. I mean, it's very obvious and very gross.